What's going on, fishy friends? You see, we do this thing on Tuesday nights. We get together and we talk fishing with personalities and businesses and charter captains. We give fantastic information. We talk about everything that's going on. We try to get you, the angler, on the bite. And in the process, we support a fantastic cause, which is Lucky and Blessed Fishing, that gets people of all abilities out on the water to experience the healing and the beauty of what we all love here in the Chesapeake region. So we get so much out of this show. I get a lot out of this show. I love coming on here and doing this. It fills my heart by the end of every evening. It's awesome to see you guys log in, share your passions, ask your questions. And on this Tuesday night, we've got an awesome show. We've got Hawgfin, Todd from Hawgfin coming on tonight. Rig'em. And Hawgfin's always got a lot going on. They've got fantastic apparel. They always know what's going on in terms of fishing. And she just made a comment. I don't know why she's not in here, but our friend Christina Cachero from who's on the Lucky and Blessed board, who's experienced so much with this organization, is going to tell her story. I see Scott in the background holding his phone up. So I'm guessing, okay, we got Christina showing up through the phone. All right, got it. Let's see, how are we going to do this? First of all, let's bring on Scott. I see we've got a lot of people backstage. So first of all, let's bring on Scott. How you doing, sir? You're lucky and blessed, right?
I am lucky and blessed, my friend.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday, every other day of the week.
Every single freaking day of the week, I'm lucky and blessed.
Well, what'd you do that made you so lucky and blessed today, sir?
We met with Gallagher Services up at Lake Rowan Park. We had Michael and our whole amazing crew, Michael and Daniel and Brendan. Again, like all these guys are ADHD, autism on the spectrum. It's amazing how really the population that we've been serving, for the last few years have merged in with our staff and merged in with our volunteers, which as it should, right? All ages, all abilities, all together fishing. And that's what's happening here at Lucky and Blessed. So we had about 20 folks from Gallagher Services up at Lake Rowan Park. And there was 2 other organizations that came in while we were there that were like asking questions. And both of them like, yeah, I got contracts sitting on both of your managers' desks back in their office. Here, take a wristband. And we gave everybody wristbands. One was Itinerous and one was the Arc of Baltimore, both that are looking at signing up with us. So they were there wishing they were part of our deal. But really cool thing here, man, like these lucky and blessed moments happen all the time. We were there. This guy came with his girlfriend. He was taking pictures. It was his birthday. And I didn't get to meet him. There was another gal there fishing. I chatted with her. I tied on a smaller hook because she had this huge hook on. She was never going to catch anything. And so the guy, he connected with pretty much everyone there, but not with me. I came home and he actually donated $100 to us. He said, I was so impressed by all the people that were there at this event that, I just had to come home. And he said, you made my birthday. And he gave us $100 for his birthday. What?
Don't you love that?
Amazing. So that's what it's all about. Just finding folks like the good friends that we have on with us tonight that have a heart for our mission. They see the work that we're doing. They want to be part of it. And that's really what it's all about. And it makes it easy for us to make the ask because we know that we're doing, some big time work and changing a lot of lives. So
easiest ask on the bay, man. Easiest ask on the bay.
Yeah, man.
No political angle. It's a good cause that we all can agree on. All watermen and all waterwomen can agree. This is something valuable that needs to be shared. So
yeah. And speaking of water women, Christina can't get in the meeting. Christina, are you trying on your phone? Did you try on your phone, or do you just try on your computer? Okay. Huh.
Scott, maybe resend her the link or something, or walk her through it. I
Go
could
back
talk
to
with
that.
Todd for a while, but it'd be nice to have Christina on the screen.
Okay. Hey, why don't we do this? Why don't you bring Conrad in,
Okay.
and I'll go help Christina. And, just again, typically at this point, we would give a little bit of a spiel, so to speak, on Lucky and Blessed Fishing.
I kind of gave us a little plug on the intro.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. Most folks that are out there, I mean, if you're new to us tonight, obviously you can go to our website. There's a lot on there.
Yeah.
But
I've
really,
only done this like about 10 times, so I'm starting to pick up on the things that you say.
Pretty soon, well, that's my goal. Pretty soon I won't need to show up for anything anymore. I'll be sitting on the beach somewhere, and this thing will just run by. No, that'll never happen.
That'll never happen, man.
No, because I love the joy that we experience from these events.
We would all come and snatch you off that beach and drag you.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, we're just lucky and blessed. I'll give an update at the end, because there's amazing things happening here. We're just every day just keeps getting better. But why don't we welcome our very good friend and not playing baseball tonight.
We'll bring in Conrad, and Conrad will give us an update.
Yeah. So he's our high school student over at Broadneck, and we give him a hall pass to go play ball. It's a senior year over there, and he's crushing it. And then hopefully he'll share a little bit about the school he's going to when he comes on. There's something that you can ask him, little sideline. So
he's right
go
here.
help Christine. I'll be back.
You get Christina, and got it. Conrad, how are you, sir?
Doing good.
Is the prom already over?
The prom is on Friday.
Prom's on Friday.
That's right.
This might be awkward because if you don't have a date, it's going to be a sucky question. But you got someone to go to prom with?
I do.
Nice. I didn't go to the prom with anybody. I was, believe it or not, when I was 17, I was kind of shy.
I'm the same exact way, man. I just I got lucky.
What, she asked you or something?
No, so it was through mutual friends.
Oh, it was like, I hear Conrad likes you.
Something like that.
Got it. Well, we've got some moving and shaking in the standings of the tournament. You care to fill us in, sir?
Yeah, so I believe last weekend we had some first place leaderboard swaps. So Adam took over first place. He caught some blue and flathead catfish, and he's currently sitting at 140.75 inches, and he took over Jason's, I believe, 134-inch stringer of snakehead. Now, you may think that's a far stretch, but guys, we got plenty. There's still a couple days left in the tournament. One good day could bump you into first. And again, we have like 7 prizes, and only 3 people have put fish on the leaderboard. So I would encourage you guys, if you want to join or you're already in the tournament, get out there this week if you can. The tournament does end Friday night, the 15th. Encourage you to get out there and give it your best shot and put some fish on the leaderboard.
That's awesome. So you said 140 inches, right?
Yep.
And how big can your stringer be?
Your stringer is 5 fish, and we have a snakehead and catfish division, so you can do a snakehead stringer or a blue/flathead catfish stringer. And we do have an overall prize for the biggest overall stringer of fish combined.
Nice. So, I mean, honestly, 140 inches, you said, for catfish?
Yep.
Dude, that's doable.
That's about 28 inches of fish. That is very doable.
Very doable. Like, you catch one nice big one and then some smaller ones. Oh, you got the watch ready this time, dude.
Yeah, I got mine. South River, beautiful South River watch. And this is
that's mine, right?
This is right now. This is who's the biggest stringer right now, Conrad?
Adam Greenberg is the biggest stringer right now, but anybody watching this, you can log some fish and that piece can be yours.
And Conrad, if they don't get first place, right?
Nice case.
If they don't surpass 140 inches, they're not out of luck, right?
No, not by any means. We have first, second, and third place for snakehead and the catfish division, plus that overall prize. And again, even if you log into the tournament, we do weekly giveaways on these lives every week. So if you don't, if you aren't able to go fishing, maybe hop into the live and see if you win some prizes. I know we have some good prizes today. So plenty of opportunities to win.
That's what I've been saying. I've been like, and Christina dropped off again, Scott. You might want to, she may have thought it's not working or something. So get her again and tell her just to wait for a second, because I'm going to bring her in first.
Okay.
Todd, if you're backstage, I'm going to bring in Christina. I'm going to let her tell her story.
Back in.
And then bring you in, sir.
Okay, you're supposed to be backstage. Just hang tight. He's going to bring you in. Don't do anything.
So if you need to go grab a drink or something, Todd, we'll bring you in about 10 minutes.
All right, she's ready. She's in.
Let's bring in Christina.
All right. Can I introduce Christina?
Yeah, you can introduce her, the queen of Lucky and Blessed. Okay. Go right ahead.
Let me introduce Christina. So, Christina, she's my hero. I'm going to try to do this without crying, which, I'm a big baby. I cry pretty easy, especially
you got some good glare on your glasses, so nobody's going to see.
The easier it is for me to start bawling. But I was just thinking about it today. The day I met you, it was Kathy and I were out on our kayaks. Actually, I was towing her behind me, and she was on the phone talking to her. I'm like, "Are you going to fish back there?" Anyways, I come in on the dock. I have a nice rockfish. You're like, "Oh, you caught a fish." And I gave you the lure that I caught it on, which is my favorite GI jig with the go-to and the Gear Run minnow. And you still have it?
Of course.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Anyway, she hands me this lure. I handed the lure, and we just connected right out of the gate. I had no idea about any of her history and all the challenges that she has been faced with, and it's really still is faced with on a daily basis. And I get home that night and I see a form filled out on our website talking about her rare blood disease and various cancers that she's had and beat. And I'm sitting there blah, completely lost it. Not even realizing. And, we talk about these lucky and blessed moments. That was one of the first and biggest, wow, boom, explosion, lucky and blessed moments.
And that was 4-something years ago, wasn't it?
It was 4 years ago. It was more than 4 years ago, I think. Yeah.
I don't know a lucky and blessed, even when I wasn't direct, when I was sort of watching from afar, I don't know a lucky and blessed without Christina. The earliest pictures she was in.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, she was such an advocate for us. She would, everywhere she would, I would run into people. She'd go, "Oh, lucky and blessed. Oh yeah, Christina. Oh yeah, she gave us these stickers." She would be all over the place. She was proclaiming the word of lucky and blessed fishing.
But hang on. Christina's here with us.
Yes.
So let's let her tell the story. I don't want to bring her on and then you and I talk about how amazing she is.
So that's how we met, and and here we are today. And again, it was just me and her running around, and look at us now. But unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm very lucky and blessed, and I was so excited when I met Scott and joined the team. It's been amazing ever since. Opened up so many opportunities and doors for me, and I got to meet a lot of awesome people and be a part of something amazing, and it's helped me big time.
Well, let's walk through that. So Scott kind of told us about the day that you guys met and you getting engaged over the website, but you've gone from a participant to a volunteer to now a board member. Can you sort of walk us through that journey and and maybe at the end kind of give us a little bit more detail on what the organization means to you?
Okay, well, when I would go, my therapy is fishing, and it's always been that way. And just one day I was just on the dock fishing, not catching anything, and then I see this gentleman come up with a big old rockfish, and I'm like, how did you do it? And he, Scott shows me the lure, and he's like, "You know what, here, you can have it." And I took it, and ever since then it's like magic happened. And he's like, "Go on the website, fill out the form, and tell us a little bit about yourself." And I did, and it's a long list. It's a really long list. But I was snagged the first time.
I set the hook pretty hard on you, didn't I?
Yeah. And we went on a charter boat. We went fishing. We caught big old rockfish, and
Well, he showed you how then, right?
Well,
of
that I mean
course
that was
you
that
gotta jig it.
was like we do that now with our families that come in, but that was like a fledgling part of the program. Like most of the things that here at Lucky and Blessed Fishing, we didn't sit around and go, "Hey, let's do this." She came in. I'm like, "Huh, what can we do?" Oh, hey, Steve Griffin, like one of the top captains out there, like, "Hey, would you like to? Can you help us out?" They'd like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." And you went out with your dad, right?
Yes,
With Steve
and it
Griffin,
was
yeah.
his first time on a charter, so it was it brought me and Dad closer together, and he got to experience something amazing, and him seeing me have fun, it made him so happy.
Mm.
And after that, I was like, Scott, I want to be a part of this because it changed my life. Like it's so awesome. And he's like, you know what? Come on aboard and let's do this journey together. And that's how I got involved. And every time we had an event in the very beginning, I made sure to be there. Every
Yeah.
single one.
She was there. I mean, there's some days, guys, let me tell you, and without her going into too much detail, some
Mhm.
days she physically didn't have the strength, but she would
Yes.
be there, and
But
she would
I'd
be
show
like,
up.
she would like try to carry the bucket or carry the, I'm like, get, just, I got it, but she was still there, and I was gonna say she's my hero because she doesn't quit, she doesn't give up, and I think I just saw you
No,
catch a pretty big snakehead.
I did catch a snakehead.
Like
It
last
was
week?
yes, 25 and a half inches.
That's a
So
good one, man.
Ooh, oh
my
yeah.
first one of the year, and I had that itch because for about a year and a half I couldn't go fishing because of health issues. But when I got out there, I was like, I need a fish. Which species do I want to target? And I wanted snakehead. And you know what? I went out there and I got it done.
What'd you
Nice.
catch it on, Christina?
I caught it on a spinner.
Okay.
Nice.
Number
Inline
5
spinner.
MEP. Number 5 MEP spinner.
Oh,
There it
good old
is.
Mets. Good old
Oh,
Mets.
Crazy
yeah.
thing is, everyone catches snakehead on that lure, except for me.
I
throw
go,
that
whenever I
thing
go
all the
snakehead
time. It's
fishing,
like
I
first
always
cast,
have
I
it
get
tied
snagged
on.
and done.
Always have a Meps tied on.
Always.
Oh.
MEPS is like the number. It catches everything.
If not, at least you catch some bass if you get skunked on the snakehead.
Yes, I caught bass too. I caught a 4.7 bass, and I caught a yellow perch on the
So
number
really,
5
you should have been in the tournament, and you should be these fish should be counting toward the tournament.
I
I don't
know.
know. We'll see. We might have a third place thing in there. I'll talk to my tournament director. Do you have a picture of that fish on a bump board?
I don't have a bump board yet.
Oh my goodness! All right.
I know. I need
They
to, but
can't let Christina in the tournament, Scott. It's not
I'm
fair.
kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
It's not fair. No, I'm saying she's too good of an angler,
I know.
yeah.
right?
I'm just
Like
saying
the
it's a
other guys
shame.
wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's a shame that she wasn't in the tournament. But back, see, guys, that's why if you're not in it, you got to be in it, right, Conrad?
That's right.
Got to get in it. Yeah.
So, Christina, before we bring in Todd, and Christina, please hang around and
Oh,
share
yeah.
your fishing knowledge with us as long as you're able. But before we bring him in, so you're now a board member on Lucky and Blessed, with
Yeah.
Lucky and Blessed. Can you sort of tell us how, having changed from a participant to a volunteer to a board member, how that sort of view has changed now that you're a board member?
Wow. First off, it makes me feel important. One, I get to meet wonderful people, individuals, families, go to these awesome places, and make friends and make forever memories. I didn't have that before, so it's really helped me come out of my shell and be more engaging in the world, which before I wasn't. I was just like a hermit. But now I feel empowered and motivated, and I want to go out there and catch that fish, and I want to show others how to do it. And I feel lucky and blessed
Oh,
to be
so
able to
good.
do that.
So good.
I think we've all seen your sort of coming out of the, I'm not gonna say shell, because that doesn't have the right connotation. Coming out of your cocoon.
It's coming into yourself, right?
Right,
It's
coming into
coming
yourself.
into who you're supposed to be, really, and it's kind of like Michael Hoffman, and it's
Mhm.
interesting because if you listen to Michael Hoffman's story, it's almost exactly like your story, and it's really because there's a certain magic that happens around being around community and friends that got each other's back and they're here for each other. Michael, who just moved into his own apartment, every day he's like,
That is
yesterday he's like, oh yeah, I went
amazing.
out with Alex. I was at Alex's house with his parents having dinner. Like oh yeah, I went out with this guy on his boat fishing, and he's like, living the life. And again, look where he's come from, where he's been, and just again, it
Yeah.
really I attribute it to the community and the sense of belonging that we all get from this thing.
Yeah. And it's just a pleasure, you feel accepted. You're not judged, no matter what your disability is. You feel accepted, and it's really easy for me to engage with everybody because I know it might sound weird, but I have a little bit of, I feel this and I receive that, and I know
Mhm.
how it feels not to fit in. So when I am there, it's just like a puzzle piece. It fits perfectly, and I love it. So
Yeah, I've never seen anybody that's so good and so comfortable and so loving and endearing with our clients. And I asked her one day, I said, Christina, like, if we could bottle up that magic and like share that, and where all of our volunteers have that same disposition and that same love, And she goes, well, Scott, it's because I am them. It's because
yeah,
I'm one of them. That's why it's so easy for me to love them, and because
mhm.
she just feels comfortable and right at home with them.
I
So
Well, yeah,
understand where they're coming from,
right, yeah, yeah.
So
but
on
you
many
have bottled it
different
up, right?
levels.
She's right there,
I'm
and we can just sprinkle a little bit of her
telling you,
every
There we
single
go.
time,
we need to
and the
bottle up
bottle
that
never gets
Christina
empty.
magic.
So the bottle
Yep,
never gets empty. Well, thank you
Amazing.
so much, Christina, for sharing that. And
of
like I
course.
said, you are now a very experienced angler, so we'd like
Yeah,
your input throughout this show. But I'm going to
of
go ahead
course.
and
Yeah.
bring on Todd Righam Riggs. How are you, sir?
Hey guys,
Hey,
Thank you
Todd.
so much for
Hey,
your
brother.
patience. We really appreciate it.
no problem.
Where are you right now?
I'm just sitting out on the porch, man.
It looks brighter where you are
It
than it is where
does.
I am.
I'm on the
The
Eastern
sun, the
Shore,
sun shines
man.
brighter on the Eastern Shore, doesn't it?
Eastern Shore, Kent Island, man. It's always nice and bright over here.
There you
What
go.
is it? It's always sunny. It's not always sunny in Philadelphia. It's always sunny on the Eastern Shore. Well, Hawgfin's now been around for what, 5 years? Is that right?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah,
Well,
4 years
tell,
already.
tell us about Hawgfin, and then and kind of the journey, and then maybe how Hawgfin uh, got linked up with Lucky and Blessed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a company that we started up 4 years between Lenny Simmons, who runs Simonizer Charters, and then Bob Young. He's also a charter captain, not full time, but he's our offshore guy. So we all fish competitively, and Bob Moore on the offshore side, fishing the White Marlin Open, the Big Rock, and we're also the Big Eye sponsor for the upcoming tournament, the Battle for the Buck out of Ocean City. But we just started the brand where we just felt like you see a lot of these brands that we wanted to have a little bit of a meaning and purpose behind the name. And I'm over hearing Conrad talk about catching big fish, and Christina talking about the big fish, and they always say one of your biggest memories or your traumatic ones are the ones that you're so excited and you remember your
Yeah.
firstborn like it was yesterday. And that's what hog, when you Google hog definition, it's an urban slang that's been used in the South for years that represents a large fish. And that's what gets people excited. But it's more than just catching big fish. It's that work ethic that you apply not only in the water, but that same honest and integrity and hard work ethic that you put on the water you do the same use the same principles in life as well. So when we say think big, catch big, you'll see little things on our clothing. Dream big, catch big. Fear no giant means you back down from nobody. You know, fear is your worst enemy. In the Bible, it calls out fear 366 times, I believe. And you know, and that's the message to say that you know you should never fear anything. You should go for it all. And you know, and there's little things that we put on the shirts that's motivational, but you get the picture of what our brand represents. So when people see that fin that surfaced from the water when you hook up and you see that fin, well, that's a sign if it's a hog or not. So when you see that big fin, you know it's a hog. So
You're
that's how we
saying it
came
right.
up. Yeah, that's when we came up with the name of Hawgfin. Because my dad's side of the family, they're all from North Carolina, and they always use the term hog, especially for, you know, large bass and catfish, and so forth. So, but yeah, it's been going pretty good 4 years. We've been very profitable the last 4 years, and we've just been really lucky and blessed.
There you
All
go.
of our clothing is, you know, we work with. I wouldn't say they're local, but they're within the U.S. There are suppliers that handle all of our supply chain, where they deal with all of our clothing from outside the U.S. and so forth. So we do a lot of our clothing that are custom made. So we just want to make sure that while you wear our clothing, we try to give it our best shot in terms of the best quality, whether it be hoodies, the fleeces, and so forth. So yeah.
Great.
Good stuff. And I
I
like.
just
I mean,
ran into one of your boys, Steve Has.
Oh yeah, he's a big YouTuber.
He just
He's a
went
mega YouTuber.
500K.
Yeah,
500K on his Facebook. What?
yeah.
Nuts.
He's a full time YouTuber. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice to do that and to get paid pretty well doing that.
Yeah.
To go fishing, right? And
I know.
so
It's
yeah,
very
he's a big
entertaining and it's informational, you know.
yeah.
And
He's been a
Michael and I met him
huge.
down at the DC tackle shop that just opened up down off the
Are you
Potomac there.
talking about the guy who does the catfish?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
met
then
him. He's the one
yeah,
who gave me the hot pink fishing rod.
Oh, you
When
did
I
meet
went,
him
oh,
in
that's
the
right.
yeah, when I
outdoors
went
event.
down there at Haynes Point for
Catfish
carpet
tour,
farm.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah. He
Yeah.
teamed up with Ernie the Hog Slayer, and him and
Oh,
Ernie the Hog Slayer are a hoot
Nice.
together, and they're huge advocates for our brand. I mean, we've always used, you know, social media type influencers and even celebrities from Naked and Afraid and the
Mhm.
Swamp People, and so you know we spent a lot of, you know, money in doing that. But I tell you, these guys, Steve and Ernie, they're local guys, and they're so generous. Um, that they, you know, they were like, dude, you know, you don't need to pay us anything. We just love your brand.
Nice.
And they wear it all the time. They wear it all the time. And then,
Yeah.
you know, we see our online sales, especially the fleeces. They wear our fleeces almost every day. We're at a point now where we
Even in the
just can't
summer.
even, yeah, we can't even keep them in stock. If you go on our website, it's purely pre-orders. And
Wow.
even our pre-orders right now is, so we're actually, we're so far behind just because of the supply chain. These guys are really just help propel our brand, because they're nationwide.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they're great guys.
And they
Well, I'm
catch some
guessing those
hogs.
naked and afraid guys would really love to have the apparel while they're on the show, right?
Yeah, at least a hat so they could cover up certain parts and move it around.
Right. And also, Todd, I want to bring up the point. You're from North Carolina, and you don't say hog. You say hog.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, it's almost a yeah, you do a hoe, you know, it's you kind
Well,
of
You don't
drawl in
overplay
there.
it. I'm from Georgia. You don't overplay it. You're not like hog,
you know,
although some people might.
that's a hog, son.
That's Alabama.
It's
Wait.
hog.
Yeah.
Hog. It ain't. It's not hog.
Well, it's funny. I'm actually I'm half Asian. My father was in the army, but I grew up quite a bit in North Carolina too. But every time I go down to North Carolina, my country accent starts kicking in
Yeah, right.
really bad. And because I had a really strong country accent when I was in middle school, and it was the weirdest thing seeing an Asian dude with a really strong country accent.
Hey, Rashawn.
But whatever.
Todd, you're not alone. I'm half Asian too,
Yeah.
and my dad was in the Navy, so
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I still have it. I grew up in Atlanta, and all my family's from New York and Michigan, and none of them had an accent, but I always did for some reason. And then I moved to Chicago, and then this area, and I think I lost it, but not on purpose. I just think
It
over
just
the years.
happened. It happened. We meld and become the people that we're around, and we start talking like them. But I'm from New Jersey. When I'm with my Jersey boys, I'm like, yo, 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 yo. Just clicks right in, you know. I meet someone like, hey, you're from New Jersey. Hey, what exit? Blah blah blah. I just go right into it.
The Jersey and Boston accent is something else, man. I tell you.
What's that?
The Jersey and Boston accent is something else, man. I tell you.
Oh yeah.
Well, the funny thing, we linked up with some guys out of Jersey. It was oh man, I can't think. He's another huge YouTuber, but we did the New Jersey show, the Edison show, and those Jersey guys loved Hawgfin. They loved the name so much, they started wearing our brand all the time on their YouTube channels, and they would always call them stripers. They wouldn't call them rockfish.
Yep.
And it is a funny thing. But getting back to your question, Grant, in terms of what brought us, how we connected with LABF, we have two passions. Well, we have a lot of passion. Our passion, we love fishing. That's pretty obvious. That's more of an addiction. But our passion, we have a big heart for our taking veterans out fishing. You'll see some of our posts in the past where we take out a bunch of veterans fishing. I myself, I'm a veteran just like you, Grant, and so I have a big heart for taking folks out like that who served, and my partners also have a big heart for taking kids out fishing as well. So when we heard about, I think it was 2 years ago, Scott had approached us about taking some kids out fishing. We jumped all over it, and we took the Cape Horn that year, and then it was really rough.
It was.
But of course, we just found a
One
little.
of the roughest areas in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
we
again,
took a-
what it did, again, it helped us to form our new program, which last year was the beach backup plan. And we had 65 people on the beach, and we didn't catch a stinking fish, but man, we had fun. We ate food, we had
Yeah.
casting games, and we proved that it's about community more than fishing, you know.
Well,
But
I
this
think
year, same thing.
Christina.
We got a backup plan, but the weather looks great this year.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
think
change that this year, Scott.
Yeah, I think
Huh?
Christina was on the boat,
I
and
was.
we found a little nook inside where it was blowing, I believe, from the north. And I said, "Listen, it's not fun being shaken around and getting wet. Let's just anchor up around this nook and see if we get lucky." And I think we all had I always tell people, boating and fishing is it's a privilege to get out there and experience those things. But the biggest privilege is having quality time and having real meaningful conversations with my son day after school, what happened at school and what's going on in your life. And I think when we anchored up in there, we had an opportunity to get to know each other, and we almost forgot about that we were actually fishing. We were just sitting there chatting and talking on the boat. And then I think in that experience alone was just a really good time to get to know each other.
That's beautiful.
So
Just good
yeah, it's
bonding.
more than just catching fish, and again, those are the kind of things that I think people need to realize and remember, especially when you get into tournaments. You kind of lose sight of that, right? So, but that was a really great experience. And so when Scott approached us to do it again this year, of course, life has been really crazy in our full-time jobs, but as trying to manage the Hawgfin side of things, the business, and so we're finally able to get our head above the water, and we're just like, yeah, well, let's do it again. So
That's great. Well, we appreciate you guys, and we are also in the 11th hour on our hats, which I was talking to a couple of different people because we're trying to get someone to sponsor it, and we've got all these things going on, and like, all right, we got to get hats. So like, Todd, can you help us out? He's like, yeah, no problem, I got you. And when it's like a week, couple weeks before, you got to get a little nervous because you need to have someone that's good and someone that's reliable. And like you said, someone that he's working with folks that are right here, in the U.S. He has local people, so that expedites the process. So, but yeah, we love the Hawgfin brand, and we helped us out back a couple years ago. We did shirts for our event with you guys. What we did learn is that hats are a lot easier because shirts you don't need to know the size.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody's built a little different, including myself. Over the years, they just keep changing shapes.
We had 65 people last year, and all of them got T-shirts. And we're like, oh, yeah, we're not doing that ever again.
Yeah.
Crazy. So the hats are the thing. And not everyone's getting them, just the volunteers this year. But that's why we want to raise more money so everybody can get hats next year.
Well, Todd, the Hawgfin, you guys chase the fins of many different types of hogs. What have you guys been chasing recently?
Well, tell you the truth, I don't think we've been fishing all recently. Only because of the work has just gotten so crazy.
Well, you get to go fishing on Saturday.
Yeah, we're going fishing on Saturday. So that'll be fun. I did get a little bit of intel from of course Lenny and everybody. So I think we have a game plan in terms of we'll get some kids on some fish. But
cool.
Yeah, we do have like I said, we do have an upcoming tournament out of Ocean City that we're a Big Eye sponsor for, the Battle for the Buckle. And that is, I believe that's mid-June or late June. And then, of course, we're still a sponsor for the Tiggy Lee's tournament, which is the largest rockfish payout tournament. And then we're still doing the White Marlin Open, the Big Rock.
That's kind of a big tournament, I've heard.
Yeah, that's a bit of a crazy one, So. I think the older you get, your body is a little worn out,
Is
So
that just from the fishing and the boating, or all the activity around the week as well, like the drinking and the partying?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this a Christian channel, man.
Well, I'm a Christian, but there's, I'm having a drink right now. So I mean,
Yeah,
exactly.
I need a beer at the end of the day, man.
Yeah, it's a bit of a party for sure.
Yeah. I have not been down myself, but I am talking to a new friend of mine. He's like, "What? You've never been?" So one of these days.
Yeah, I think I think that's what a lot of people, when we first started the brand, we weren't just three guys that just hey, let's print on some shirts and sell it. They knew that we lived a lifestyle, and we're just ordinary guys, you know what I mean? And there's nothing special about us, but they know that we live and breathe this stuff. And so whenever we print on shirts to say, hey, dream big and you catch big, you fear no giant. And you read other shirts that says till the hands bleed, meaning you work your tail off. You're not entitled to anything. Nobody should be giving anything to you as charity. You get out there and you earn it until you work till your hands bleed. And you read shirts like that from Hawgfin. I think that's why our customer base really appreciates that. Hey, these guys live and breathe it, and they know exactly what I do and day in and day out. And you take Lenny Simmons, for example, he's a full-time charter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does full-time, And then, in the fall and winter, he's hunting. Yep. He's setting up decoys, and he's doing snakehead charters. He's going into the creeks and stuff like that. And, and then of course, Bob, he's a total psycho. I'm a little scared going fishing with him. There's a couple of days we almost died.
That's
We,
like so-
I'll tell you. I'll tell you a
Wow.
quick. I'll tell you a quick story.
wow.
We went out of out of Beaufort, North Carolina. We were fishing in Big Rock, and then um, it got so bad that we there it was if you it got so bad that we were losing 50s and 50s off the T top, and those are thousands of dollars, and our outriggers were still out, and we didn't want to pull them back in because everybody was trying to hang on for dear life and trying to worry about that you could fall off the boat. And we're just going over. It had to been. I mean, it was pretty bad. I had my hand on the EPIRB and everything. So we realized we weren't gonna make it back because we're running out of we're that Gulf Stream is so bad, and we're gonna run out of gas before we try to get close. So we had to go in an opposite direction, just trying to make it to land.
Mm.
And so we did. We headed that way. Long story short, we made it back safely. We get into the truck and we're just soaking wet and we're pretty much traumatized. And then I'm sitting in the passenger seat and Bob's driving the truck, and he turns over to me and he goes, I just realized something. And I said, what's up? He goes, we're still wearing our life jackets.
Oh, man.
And
Oh, my gosh.
and I just said, and none of us even took it off. We rode all the way back to the condo with
It
our
saved
life
your
jackets
butt, man.
on.
Of course you weren't taking it off.
Man,
Yeah, yeah,
that must have been quite a day.
Oh yeah.
yeah. That was that's a whole nother level of till the hands bleed. That's for
Oh
sure.
my gosh, right?
Well,
Oh,
Christina, your hands may not have literally bled, but I will say they figuratively did, and all of the hard work that you've done for Lucky and Blessed. What sort of gives you that? What's that motivator? What gives you that drive to want to keep giving, even though you know you get worn down physically at times, right? But you keep getting off the mat and keep having that motivation. What drives you?
Oh, I don't know how to like put it into words, but it just makes me feel like alive. I just got to keep doing it, and it motivates me to just keep going out there, and it makes me feel, even we all experience like different setbacks, families, family, health, but me, it's motivates me to just keep going, because if I don't, then what will I have? What will I do? Like, I'm just simple. I'm just Christina. But with this, Lucky and Blessed, and all the people I get to meet, it just makes me feel like a part of the world. It just makes me feel really good inside, and that I get to share it with individuals and get to see their smile and their happiness and joy and their faith, and just feels really, really, really good.
Hmm.
I love it.
kind of addicting, isn't it?
It is. Oh yeah.
We're talking about a lot of addictions tonight, right? All the good ones.
Yeah.
All good ones. All good ones.
Although some of the bad ones had snuck into the plot a little bit tonight. They have.
Are you talking about drinking habit?
And we got into kind of the more indulgent parts of the White Marlin Open. We did touch on that.
Well, that's all part of the community. It's getting together, hanging out, having a couple beers, and if it was like fishing and then everybody went home, I don't think a lot of people would show up.
Yeah.
And just like us at our events that we do every day, man, I'll tell you what, it was a little tough bite this morning, and I had to like crawl up on this wall and literally like cast it around the corner where I think the bluegill were, and guess what? They were there. And then we literally were catching it and then walking back and walking the rod back around over the wall and handing it to the people to reel in. And then eventually the bite picked up. But I mean, to tell
I
you
can
what,
just picture that, you know,
you
got
could, right.
on top of the wall.
And then Christina was the one. Like me tell you, it was at the end of an event. We always everybody lines up. We take a group picture. I do the long arm selfie, and but it's inevitable. There's always someone that didn't catch a fish. Well, not usually. Usually, pretty much everyone's caught multiple fish at the end of the day. But sometimes there's that rare moment where there's like one person that didn't catch a fish. Christina, and she'll just come and she'll take that person, and literally 5 minutes later, she will come back with a fish. Guaranteed. It's a Christina magic. I'm
Gotta
telling you.
make it happen.
Well,
Magic.
we've got Mr. Austin just showed up. Is this
Oh, is
a
Austin with us? Hey.
surprise guest? Well, hey, Austin, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Austin.
How you guys doing? Hi,
it going?
Christina. How are you?
Are you in a competition with Michael with the beard?
No, but I'm growing her out. Same with the mullet.
Oh,
There
Okay,
definitely
wait.
is a
I thought
beard
that was your beard.
competition
That's your
going on
hair
there.
back there.
We're,
Okay,
we're
never
getting the
mind.
hair back.
Yeah.
No, I invited
Well,
Austin to give us a little bit of a snakehead report. So
I was about to say, what's going on with the snakehead around here?
Eastern Shore, they are spawn mode right now. Still, they been going pretty slow. I think they're coming out of it now. Bites starting to pick up, and they're going into the laying mode. So once they're done laying, they're really starting to see the bites pick up. But it's been a little slow for us out here right now. You know, we can't really beat the weather right now either, with it going back and forth and then having 15 to 30 mile per hour winds every day. It makes it a little tough. But I think within the next week and a half, we should start seeing fry ball over here and really start to see them pick up and see some action. It might be 2 weeks. Don't quote me on the week and a half stuff, but we're starting to see some consistent warmer weather show up. So that should really help. I've caught a couple that looked like they were laid already with their eggs. I think we just need some warm days to finally keep around, and that'll really kick them off.
So, for those that aren't really familiar with snakehead fishing, can you sort of give us the deal in terms of when they're, the bite, when they're spawning versus not, and sort of what happens in that process?
Yeah, so I mean, around here it usually can vary. So you can start to see them if you have warmer weather and a warmer like beginning of the year. Around that April time, I've seen them spin. That was 3 years ago. I saw them spin. It was like the first 2 days of April, they started to spin, and the carp were already going off in early March. We had a real nice like warm year. Last year, we didn't see them start spawning until right around that beginning of May time. It was a little more pushed back. The carp started to go right about the last like week and a half, 2 weeks. So with that, the carp usually will spawn first. It'll sound like World War III is going off over on the waterways, no matter where you go. It's 40-pound carp that are just splashing everywhere. And
Now,
then
let me tell you, new snakehead anglers, me included, when I my first couple times, were like, dude, the snakehead were going off all around me. I couldn't catch them.
we all
Those
do
aren't
it.
snakehead.
we all do that. Don't worry. It's a learning process for that. So once they kind of kick off and they start to slow down, I mean, when they're at the end of their spawn, you can still find the bite with the snakehead, but depending on your water levels, it can make it a little tough. If you got high water levels where they can push back into those marshlands and the lily pad fields that get thicker, that can make the bite tough. It just gets a little hard to find them. But then towards the end of the carp spawn, when the carp start to pull out middle of the day, you can find those afternoon bites pop up. So you can go out as the carp are still splashing around out in the middle of the pad fields. You can get into the voided water in the back of the pad fields between the arrowhead lily pads and then just the regular lily pads there. There's usually some voided water spots in there where you can find some pockets of water, which are great ambush points for the snakehead at that point. And then right after the carp finish up, the snakehead usually are going into their spawning point. It's not saying every single one does at the same time, but they all start to, get into that groove where the water's warming up and they start to get into their tone. And then that bite can get a little difficult. Now, when they're first spawning, You can break them up sometimes, but I've seen in that first spawn they tend to not bite as hard of the first spawn of the year. And once you get through that first spawn and you move to the second spawn, you start to see you can split fish up some more if you start to tick them off a little bit by just throwing lures, frogs, buzz baits if you have the ability to with water levels there. Anything like that just to aggravate them. You can kind of split them up sometimes and get them to react off of that. But it does get a little bit like tough in the spawn time for them. So have patience. Don't think it's you. It's the snakehead. They are just being picky. They will pop your frog. They will throw it away from them. They'll tail smack it. If they're in the middle of doing their deed and the birds and the bees, they might not be interested. But keep moving and you might find that one that still is. The smaller ones tend to bite a lot more during that spawn period just because the first 2 years they're still a little too amateur to spawn at that point and get eggs. So you got the smaller 22-inch fish that will still clobber you and they're still hungry and just active.
And still a
But
lot of fun.
oh
Real
yeah.
quick, we got Ghost Custom Lures that
Sweet.
commented in the chat. How you doing, Kayla? Ghost Custom Lures is a brand new sponsor of Lucky and Blessed. They're a small batch fishing lure brand focused on high performance topwater frogs built for aggressive predator species like snakehead and bass. Designed for explosive surface strikes, their frogs deliver reliable hold-up power, clean side-to-side action, and proven durability in heavy cover. Every lure is made to fish hard and give anglers confidence when the bite is on. We'll put the link down below to visit their website and use Lab20 for an exclusive Lucky and Blessed live podcast discount valid through this Saturday night. So Ghost Custom Lures, welcome to the team. Thank you so much for sponsoring such a great organization.
Heck yeah.
And Austin,
Yes, sir.
in terms of that cycle, right? You mentioned when they're on their beds, when they're in the sort of mating process, they're really focused on the birds and the bees.
Yep.
Or the birds and the not topwater frogs. But all that changes when the fry hatch, right?
Yes. So once the fry hatch and they're out, they start out small, so they're tiny little black little specks that have big beady white eyes on them when they're first fresh hatched. After that, they turn bright red, so they start to get a little more noticeable in the waterways for people. So those snakeheads get very protective of their fry. That's what the term is for the babies is fry, and the reason we call them fry balls is because the babies will kind of swim in a big ball form. Sometimes you'll see them just rotating up and forth, and the whole ball will just kind of keep circling. So the parents will swim around those, and not always right up tight to them or underneath them, but they will be in a good area within a 5-10 foot radius most times, where if you're throwing around and you get a frog or something in front of their face, they are going to slam it. They get very aggressive and very protective.
So the whole script flips once they start having to protect those fry.
Oh yeah.
Someone once told me that snakehead parents are way better than human parents.
Oh yeah, they protect a lot harder sometimes.
Yeah.
Christina.
Yeah.
You've caught many a snakehead. What's your go-to lure for a snakehead?
Ooh, it's gonna be for me the chatterbait. I do a chatterbait with like a 5-inch swim bait. It's like I throw it, I let it sink, then I'll give it like a quick jerk, and then I just slowly reel it, and that makes them mad and pow. And my second is my Max number 5.
Nice.
I think that I'm not going to say don't sleep on the chatterbait because I don't think anyone really sleeps on it. But like in terms of a versatile lure, like you can work that chatterbait like right up by the top and almost get like if you hold your rod tip up, right, you could almost get a top water-esque strike on it.
Yeah,
you can let it sink a little bit, it's fairly weedless.
It is.
When they're not hitting up top yet on the surface, it's a good bait. I don't know. I think there's an argument that a chatterbait is the most versatile snakehead bait. What do you think about that, Austin?
Yes and no at the same time. I mean, you got weedless inline spinners by a couple of the snakehead lure companies here. Tailored Lures, High Octane, they both got some really good inline spinners on them, which are weedless, where you can kind of do the same process with the chatterbaits. But it honestly depends on kind of just that fish. They both work great. I mean, I love inline spinners when the pads are nice and thin. Still, you can sit there, run that inline spinner right down through the pad fields, and with that blade also, it clinks off of them. So you kind of get still that noise with the flash of the spin also and that blade, and they're great. But I mean, I love chatterbaits too. They're one of the main things that my customers throw if the top water bite is not on.
That's
They're
what I
very
was gonna say.
versatile.
It depends on the location, you know. Like
Yep.
chatterbait, where I go, there's no lily pads.
Yep.
So I use the chatterbait and the maps. It's always my go-to.
I
If
tell
I
you, you're a brave
do,
girl.
if I
gotta tell you
do,
guys, I gotta tell you guys, my first blue cat was on a white chatterbait.
Heck
Mhm.
yeah.
I was out with my buddy Alan Hurt, snakehead, bass fishing, caught a huge bass. In fact, if you go to my YouTube page, you'll see this 4-pound bass jumped in my kayak. That was the same day.
That's awesome.
But we're heading back, and he's like, "Hey, I'm marking something really big on the bottom." He said, "Oh yeah, it's probably a catfish." He said, "Just throw a chatterbait down there and just bounce it around." I'm like, he said, "You got a white chatterbait?" He's like, "Yeah, tie it on, throw it down there." And I just literally was just kind of like shaking it on the bottom, and this thing just came and boom, slammed
that's
it.
what I would
And
do.
that is also I don't think I got a video of that. Anyways, it's probably on the channel as well. But chatterbait is so versatile, especially now with this weather. It's
Oh,
cold,
yeah.
it's hot. Like, is it ever going to warm up? We want to start throwing frogs. Damn it.
So like when those snakehead are picky too, one good thing about a chatterbait is you can almost kind of use it like a jig head. You can
Yes.
just pick it up and let it do the chatter going up, and then as it's dropping, it's going to do that little chatter
that
too.
jerk.
So if those fish are being
That's how I
picky, you just finesse it a little bit more than what you usually would, and you can just jig it right back up and down in front of their face if they're short striking you and they're just being
Mix it
lazy
up.
that day. Yeah.
You
And
never
that's just
know.
good old, and that's just some good old fishing advice too, right?
Yep. I mean,
Change
there's
your
this,
change your speed, change your pattern,
Mhm.
change your
I mean, I'm not gonna. I think
mix it
personally,
up. Mix it
the
up.
slower the better at times. I mean, you really
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't go,
especially
especially
cold.
around now.
Yeah.
Like, and don't be afraid to repick pockets. I said that a couple times on these, but don't
Ooh.
be afraid to pick pockets over and over again. They might not be moving that first time, or they could be sitting back and they're trying to find that vibration of your lure. So if you're not seeing something the first time, be sure to throw back in until we really start to see those days warm up where they're just cruising around more actively.
So spend a little bit more time in there, you're saying.
Yep.
Before you
There's
move
some
on.
Austin,
times
if-
on a
to
pad
say about
field
that
I
slow
won't move out of
presentation.
a casting distance section for 15 to 30 minutes at points. If I'm seeing action around and movement, it means there's some stuff going around there, and I just try to be patient and just, I mean, even if you're not casting that same pocket right back to back, go around and just recast all different areas all over, because those fish right now, they're moving around. They're
Yeah.
not sitting still trying to like stage up as much. I mean, now with them spawning they were, but with the colder weather they were sitting and moving around more. So definitely re-hit pockets over and over again right now.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about a slow
But,
presentation.
yeah,
To
I
me,
mean, we should be seeing some good action pick up here soon. If people can have some patience, it should really start to pick up.
Which is
It's
generally why I'm not a good snakehead angler. I have zero patience.
oh yeah.
I could tell you a couple methods to help slow you down. Don't worry.
Are they legal?
But
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Yep.
Here we go again. Here we go again, guys.
oh,
We keep
Yep,
going
all
down that,
legal. All legal.
but
Yep,
you know,
just some
for
breathing
most
techniques.
species of fish, I know you have like, okay, so one that pops
But no,
to
I
mind
get
is
it. I get impatient myself
am I
sometimes.
muted?
Still, it just you're
I
anxious.
don't
You're
know.
like I
Austin,
know they should
I
be
don't know.
here.
Grant's trying to say something. And Austin just keeps
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
good.
I just wanted to make sure y'all could hear me.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Grant.
Jump in
Oh,
there.
my bad.
Grant.
No, the only
Like,
the only fish that comes to mind that really likes a fast presentation is like a Spanish mackerel. Some of the
Oh, yeah.
saltwater fish
yeah.
love it. Just zoomed as fast as you can get,
That's
as
why I
fast as you
couldn't
can
hear
crank
you
that thing.
can. Yep.
I've
But
never
most
caught one of
fish,
those.
most fish, like if you can, as long as you can keep that bait looking alive,
Mhm.
the slower you can work it, the better, because it's just going to have more time in front of them.
Yep.
Austin, if someone were to go out and try to fish for snakehead, say later this week for the tournament, what kind
That's
of
why
areas
I
and pieces
kept
of
on cutting you
structure?
off. I couldn't hear them.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I hear
Can
you.
y'all hear me?
There we go. Now I got
We
it.
can
I think
hear
I
you,
got you
yeah.
guys
We
back.
can
All
hear
right,
you.
so I was gonna.
I couldn't hear Grant at all.
Okay.
If someone were to go out, say tomorrow or Thursday, and try to catch some snakehead for the tournament, what kind of like areas and pieces of structure would you recommend them to fish, and what would be your top lures for them?
Austin.
Can you hear any of us?
Yep, I'm here. I just can't hear Grant if he was talking to me.
Well, actually, just Conrad was just talking to you.
It's Conrad.
I
talking
couldn't
to
hear
you.
Conrad either.
I
Yeah.
guess if someone wants to
I
pose
can
a
hear
question
you.
to
I could
him.
hear Christina when
All
she
right,
was last
tell-
talking, but I
Scott,
can't hear
tell-
Conrad
Tell
or
Austin to drop
Grant
out
right
and come
now.
back in.
Austin, you can hear me? Drop out and come back in. It's probably just a little glitch on your side.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! And we do
Going
have to
on.
start thinking about a drawing here.
We
That's
do.
right.
It's we're actually at time already. We're at
Do we
8:31.
do we have? Can we pull up that picture? Did I send you the picture of the lures?
You
I did
posted-
not, but send it to me right now and I'll pop it up there.
There we go. I got everybody back.
All right.
There's some
All right,
good-looking
you guys-
frogs in that giveaway. I will say that.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
So I can hear Conrad again too. So not to
All
be
right,
rude.
Conrad. What was your question again for Austin?
So if someone were to go out, say later this week to fish for snakehead for the tournament, what areas and pieces of structure would you recommend them to fish, and what would your top lures be this time of year?
So it depends on what river you're on, to be honest with you. I mean, any structure that you're going to get right now is going to be best. Lily pads, if you can find any grass out right now, those are going to hold heat for you. They're going to make those snakehead active with the warmer water underneath those. So, I mean, Eastern Shore is always a good bet for people. I mean, with the water temps getting warmer and with the air temps being warmer now coming up, those fish are a little more active than in some spots. I've done a little bit of traveling, not too much here lately, and I've seen more action over around this way. So my top 3 lures for Eastern Shore wise, I'm a frog guy 100% all day long. So if you can't go, if you're willing to throw some frogs around and have some patience, Tailored Lures is my go-to. He's one of my favorite guys to throw around. I know we talk a lot about him on here. But the Model E popper is one of my favorite frogs to throw, and then the Bladed F, which is the Bladed Model F, is the bladed mouse. It's the bigger one that I like to throw. I do throw heavier braids, so it just gives me a little more casting distance and ability to hit pockets a little bit better with that weight. So those are
30
2
braid?
frogs that I use 65.
Whoa! Wow.
Is that the minimum?
He ain't playing around. He ain't losing no fish.
I won't break off on big ones.
No.
I've done that too many times on 50, and I said no more. So
Wow. All right.
Give me 1 second, Scott. Let me get that picture up there.
but
Oh yeah,
I
just
would
sent a picture
say
over.
between frogging right now, if you don't mind being patient, working areas over nice and slow, definitely a great one. Inline spinner bait, like I said, you can run those in between. You can cast into the pockets with those, run them out, and if they're sitting a little out, working a couple feet off the bank, you got that option. Chatterbaits is another great option for you if you got that open. But if you're fishing Eastern Shore, cast in those pockets, like where the little islands are and they dip in, those are the spots that they love to sit in an ambush at. I mean, you can never go wrong at this time of the year casting those pockets.
Well,
Just having those patience.
before we get to the drawing, Austin, really
Good
quick, give us the 1 minute elevator speech about your business and how people can book a trip with you.
So you guys can, I'm a snakehead guide on kayaks. I supply all the rod reels, kayaks, all the safety gear you need, all the lures you'll need. You can book with me through Facebook. You can contact me on my cell phone number, 443-867-2438, or I have social media links with TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook here, or you can book on my website, www.chanachasinoutdoors.com. I do have the full booking on there option as an option also. So those are a couple ways you guys can get me. I've been guiding now for, this is my 3rd year, and I went full time last year with it. So if you guys want to get out, we run out of the Eastern Shore over towards the Cambridge area, and we can definitely get you out on some snakeheads if you just want to kind of work on your skills on some subsurface fishing or just on your topwater skills. We can definitely focus on that. Or if you just want to figure out how they're biting and go with some minnows, we can definitely do that too. So we work with everybody.
And that topwater bite is just about to heat up.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was going good there for a little while. Don't get me wrong, that pre-spawn early season bite from them, that topwater bite is a lot of fun. When they're starting to get active, they eat and they eat hard. But it's just been a real funky year. I mean, we've got a really short pre-spawn bite because it went real hot, then it got cold again.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Weird
that topwater bite is the best.
I was getting
By
so
June and
like,
July, that thing is popping off, right?
we had
Oh,
that
yeah.
early warm spell, and I got like really kind of excited, and then all of a sudden like it got cold. I'm like, oh no, I thought it was going to be like great, but maybe it will be great. It just we need to give it a little bit more time, right?
It should be a good year still. I mean, it's a little slower, but we should definitely see that action pick up as those warmer days start to come. So,
Well, and
just
just to
have a
mention,
little
like
bit of patience.
Austin has been at our events, volunteering, bringing kayaks for our cleanup event last year that we did with TCP, where we
That was a
cleaned up like
blast.
50 bags of trash, donating his services for our prizes and our tournaments. Just, he's not just good looking with a big beard. He's got a big heart too behind that big beard and that
Thanks, man.
in those locks of hair he's got going on there. But we love you, brothers.
Wow,
And we
too. I love
appreciate all that you do and all the time that you support us and you give back to us. So we appreciate
No
you.
problem, guys. I'd like definitely when I get back from my trip, send me the list of the events, and I'd like to get out there. So
Tell us really
definitely-
quickly about your trip, though. I want everybody to get really jealous for a minute.
So I leave Friday. I'm going down to Florida for 6 days and doing
Already
a birthday
jealous.
trip down there with my dad. And we're going out. I took a couple out who does some guides down there for peacocks and clown knife and bullseyes. And we're going to go take a couple days to do that. And then I booked a trip with Jurassic Living Jewels. It's the place in Florida where they have arapaima and golden dorado. And,
Dream
so-
vacation, bro.
I'm gonna go out and try to catch some arapaima that are 200 plus pounds and have them give me a good shake. Oh,
Those
I'm
things
gonna
are-
have the GoPro.
We're
Those
going to have
things
you
are
back on the
crazy,
show, and you're
dude.
going to bring pictures.
Those
I
things
will
are nuts,
definitely.
man.
I might if I see a good arapaima and they let me get the measurements, I might just have to get one mounted for my wall. Who knows?
There you go. You might have to find enough wall.
Yep, I know, a big 6-foot wall.
It's like they said in Jaws, we're going to need a bigger wall.
Oh my gosh.
We got, I don't know, what did Bob Barker say about like something, tell them what they want or something?
Oh, what they want, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what you're going to win if you
Heck yeah.
you win the drawing. Now, let me go ahead and say something, and we've said this before. If you want to join the tournament, all the information's been on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. You still have time to win. And here's the thing. We still have, I think, 2 more of these podcasts. I think. Is that right, Scott? We have 2 or just 1?
Yeah, This is going to be the last.
Well, actually, we are actually really supposed to have the wrap after our event, which is this Saturday. Tournament's over Friday, and then we have our live event that we're supposed to be doing from Park Hardware with our great friend Sam from, I'm going to say it right this time, Outdoors in Maryland.
Say it right.
Hey, I said it right.
So they've at least got one more drawing after this one, right?
Yeah.
So you can sign up for the tournament, not even fish a single time, and win a prize on this podcast, equaling the money that you paid to get in the tournament.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or actually, sometimes it's more. Park Hardware gave away like $150 prize a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hey, a guy I just met today for the first time who witnessed our beautiful, lovely experience today sent us $100
Nice.
for nothing.
For his birthday.
This is $60, guys. Come on.
Heck yeah.
There's no downside to
awesome.
signing up. Great prizes and a great cause.
Exactly. Worst case scenario,
Big
you
Springer
win nothing
prize
and you
is
give $60
Still
to
available.
a great cause. Right?
Guys, we have books from Fish Talk. Just came out. How-tos. 2 Fish Talk signed. Guys, we got Sean Kimbrough signed books. We have a custom rod behind me here from Take Custom Rods. We have Florida fishing products, literally thousands of dollars. First and second prize is like $1,500 worth of stuff, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's like almost nobody in the tournament. So get in it. Get in it. I'm telling you, you can go out and have one good day and literally get thousands of dollars worth of prizes. I am not
Hey,
lying.
Scott. What's your schedule like Friday? Because I could drop off those hats for you too on my way.
Friday's going to be the day before the big event.
Yep.
It's going to be insane.
I can just drop them off at your front door so you have them for Saturday if you're busy.
Yeah. Just let me know. Yeah.
Okay.
Connect with me.
We'll talk
figure something
tomorrow.
out.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, I got a little stash place you can put them, whatever. But
Perfect.
no, appreciate that. I forgot about that too. So thank you. Yeah, man.
And then
So here's
you
the
got
deal.
trip you can offer too.
Say again?
You got the trip I was going to put up for you too.
We already have you listed, brother. Thank you so
Perfect.
much. Yep, you
Perfect.
are listed there. Second prize for something. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. And
Awesome,
and
not a
again,
problem.
it used to be just no wait. It was first prize for catfish, and it used to be just the charter, and also for catfish. Catfish was first prize was Simonizer charter. Okay. Which we talked about when Todd talked about before. You're going to wins that you're going to go out and catch tons and tons of fish and have an amazing time. Yeah, hey, let's just do this drawing before I start talking more. Hey, this is what I did this week. Since we've been having a lot of repeat winners, Melody, congratulations. You won a couple times. We took you out of the box. We love you, but we're going to try to get some more winners in this. And that's another thing. We're very conscious about trying to get some new winners in the game here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you won already, you're probably not going to win. And if I draw your name and you won and you don't tell us, we might be mad at you. No, I'm kidding. All right. I'm going in, and it is going to be, oh, man. He won something already.
Who's that?
Jason. Did Jason win something?
I don't know if he did.
Jason Wyville?
Oh,
I think he may have won last week.
we definitely have talked about him.
Man, I should have that spreadsheet open in front of me. All right, well, here's what we're going to do.
We've definitely talked about him. Why don't you draw another name?
I'm going to go in and draw another
Jason
one.
hasn't actually won.
Yeah,
Jason's the first one. But if he's won already, we'll have the second name.
I think he probably did. And then the second name is our good friend, Rashawn.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go, Rashawn.
I'm pretty sure Jason did win like last week or something. If not, then I'll make sure I send a consolation prize over to Jason. But we're gonna give this one to Rashawn, mainly because he's actually on. Was Jason on here? No, he's not. Rashawn's in it. He's on, and he was on. He's still with us, Rashawn. He was in before. All right, so Rashawn, you were gonna win these beautiful lures, and I'm jealous. I wanted to win it, but I took my name out of there too because I just wanted to let other people win it. So, well, guys, yeah, that's
Your name was in
Lures.
there?
Check out their website, new product sponsors. Definitely check out all our other sponsors. that are make it possible for us to do what we do. Park Hardware, a new sponsors that's crushing it, providing all the fishing gear for our camps coming up in August. And I mean, the list is too long. The list is too long. We got Simonizer and Hawgfin that are bringing their boats out. Simonizer is actually one of the prizes. But yeah, go to the website, check out all the different prizes. Literally over $5,000 worth of prizes, guys. And
Well,
don't forget South River Watch Company.
I just did something, Scott, because I want to show people
What you did.
if they contribute who they're with. Here's a list of some of our sponsors, and the picture's kind of small, but we got BGE. There's
Yep.
Exelon. There's let's see who. There's a ton of people. Come on, Scott, help me out.
Wilmot Modular, that's one of our big sponsors. They're a big modular company up in White Marsh, Maryland. We have Lightbridge Academy, a new children care center that's opened up here. She has her son has autism, and so we're meeting folks out there that are people, right? Either because they have a heart for who we are and the people that we serve, or they're very close to that population, like real close, like every day they wake up and it's in their house, really close, right? So so many. I can't even. You just have to go to the page. You just go to it's every page. If you go to our homepage, you scroll down. There you go.
Check it out. We got
now we
all
can.
these people. Maryland Department of Natural Resources, Nukes,
Oh
Fish
my
Talk,
gosh.
South River Watch Company. If I'm leaving any of you our sponsors off, if I don't say it out loud, I apologize.
Yeah.
But there's almost too many to name. There's
Nukes.
so many people getting on board with this,
Yep.
waiting for you to join them.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about Nukes real quick. We actually had this thing set up because we had 65 people at our event last year. We're like, all right, let's set it for 70. It passed 70, it passed 80, it passed 90. We're like, Tom over at well, actually, it was Stephanie talking to Rodney. Tom was the owner, and we kind of said, hey, have your guy talk to my gal, and then we actually had to ask for 120 lunches. And then yesterday we actually had to ask for another 10.
Wow.
So we're going to have like 130. It's not, it's going to be people ebbing and flowing. So it's not like 130 people all at once. We got 40 people going out on boats, 60 some odd people at the shore. There's casting games. There's going to be cornhole. It's a beach. We're saying bring your beach chairs, bring your beach hat, bring your sunblock. It's a day at the beach with some fishing, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Rashawn. Rashawn's been, when I used to do my channel, him and Ryan Shores were probably on more than anyone else. And I always thought he asked the best questions, and he so rarely got his question picked. So I'm really glad to see him win. Great guy, and it's awesome that he supports Lucky and Blessed.
Yeah, he will always have a spot in our heart. When he won his Master Angler Award, he invited me to come down, and he presented me with a $500 gift card that he got for that award, that we in turn used for tackle and stuff at Lucky and Blessed Fishing. Which back in those days, guys, it was coming out of my pocket usually. So that obviously was deeply appreciative. But Rashawn and Cambo Trout. I mean, those guys have just always been great supporters of us and supporting our organization. So again, it's all about community.
Definitely. Well, I had a great time tonight, guys. Christina, thank you so much for making the time to join us.
Of course.
Conrad, as always,
Christina.
with the tournament update.
Nice
Scott,
seeing you guys.
lucky and blessed as always. And thank you, Austin, for surprising us with your presence and giving us the lucky and
And
blessed.
I think Todd had to slip off, but Todd, we want to thank you so much for over at Hawgfin for all that you've done in the past for us and all you're doing for us now, and just excited to have you back on this event with us. We're lucky and blessed here, guys. I'm going to pass this back to Grant, and you can sign us off.
Thanks, Scott. We got one more next week. It'll be a live, I think, catch and cook, right, Scott?
That's what I hear.
Live
Hopefully
catch and
someone can
cook
catch something to bring.
at Park Hardware in Severna Park. If you
Come.
can't come in person, which you're welcome to do,
Yes.
we're going to do prizes and we're going to do food and that whole deal. If you can't come live, obviously we'll we'll be here virtually just like we are every week. So we've got that. You've got a few more days to fish, a few more days to log fish. As Conrad said earlier, one good day, and you're right up there in the leaderboard. So
That's
if you're
right.
planning on going fishing in the next few days, or if you just want to support a good cause, sign up for this tournament. Go to www.marylandinvasives.com to register. We are signing off, and we will see you next week. Take care.
See you guys.
See you guys.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.